Hello, physical scientists. Ms. Getz here. Today, we're going to continue talking about ways of showing what happens in some situation with energy, but we're going to do it in another way. Last video, we looked at energy stories, and we talked about how to write an energy story that was this chunk of your worksheet that you looked at in 8.2. Now we're actually going to do this part that I say not to worry about. We're going to look at energy flow diagrams. If you haven't watched the first video, 8.2 energy stories, do so first. Stop this video, go watch that video. It's on the page before this in Schoology. And I'll walk you through some energy stories. And then you'll try it too entirely on your own. But what we're going to do today is look at these energy flow diagrams. And they show what objects have what types of energy and where the energy goes next. So an energy flow diagram is like a really simplified energy story. It's just telling us about what objects are involved and what energy evidence we have. So for our first story from the worksheet, we have this baseball that's thrown into a window. It causes the glass to break. And we have our energy story here. So the idea of an energy flow diagram is that I'm going to take these different types of energy and identify which objects have them and show that in a diagram way. So a diagram is really simplified. So I'll start with the hand, which has motion energy. And then the hand gives that motion energy to the ball. So then now the ball has motion energy. And then the ball collides with the window. And so the glass inside the window then breaks, it has motion energy, and we have some sound energy of that glass breaking. And there is more complexity you could get into in all situations using energy, but we're going to go with pretty simplified like this for our energy flow diagrams today. I have another example for you before I get into looking at your worksheet. And this is for something called a hand warmer. And a hand warmer is a little package that you open up, and it has some chemicals inside that when they get exposed to air, they actually heat up. You've maybe used them if you go hunting or fishing in the winter. They're pretty awesome. So to make the hand warmer work, I have to open the bag. Then I shake the hand warmer, giving it motion energy. Then the chemicals inside the hand warmer get heat energy, and I can feel the heat energy with my hand. So I can make an energy flow diagram for this hand warmer energy story by just saying, okay, what objects are there and what evidence of energy do they have? So first off, it looks like in my story, I've got the hand warmer, it gets motion energy. So I'm going to start with the hand warmer, and I said moving energy, that's okay. Then the chemicals inside the hand warmer, so the hand warmer has chemicals energy inside it. Get heat energy, so the hand warmer then has heat energy, and then I can feel the heat energy with my hand. So then my hand also gets heat energy. So you can see that the energy flow diagram is showing what is happening in the story, but it's not including all of the surrounding detail words. It's just saying what objects are there? The hand warmer, the hand warmer, the hand warmer, then my hand. And then what different types of evidence of energy? We have moving energy, chemicals energy, heat energy, and more heat energy. So this is an example. You don't need to write this on your worksheet. This is just an example to kind of help you get the feel of this energy flow diagram thing. So let's go ahead and switch to looking at your worksheet. So this is the same worksheet that you used before. The exact same one. It looks like this. We are right now in step 3. We're watching the energy flow diagrams video and using it to finish our worksheet. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to actually finish this little energy flow diagram. So my hand has some type of energy, and I can use the energy story to help me. The ball starts in your hand, which moves with moving energy. So I'm actually going to go ahead and just steal this moving energy and put that right there. So the hand, and then inside of the box goes the type of energy, moving energy. Then the ball also has moving energy, it says motion on the worksheet. So if you have motion, that's okay. But motion and moving energy are pretty much the same thing. So I'm cool with it. After you look over the ball, moving energy, got that right here. Here's the ball, here's motion energy. Then the ball hits the glass in the window and the glass breaks, which has moving energy. That's already here, motion. And you hear the glass breaking, which is sound energy. So I'm going to add sound energy into this other box. Sound energy right here. And so notice that my words for energy are going inside of the little boxes, and the arrows show us the direction the energy is flowing. Let's look at our next example. We looked at a flashlight. So as we're thinking about an energy flow diagram for a flashlight, I'm going to again be thinking about the insides of the flashlight, that it has batteries inside it, there's some sort of wire inside it. And I'm going to use my energy story to help me. So first you have to turn on the flashlight by pushing on the button with your finger, which has motion energy. In my energy flow diagram, it says hand and motion. So if you are really annoyed by that, you could change it to finger, but it's okay. Hand, finger, same thing. They're moving. Then the batteries inside the flashlight use their stored up battery energy. Okay, so then we go to the flashlight, which has battery energy. So I'm going to actually move this right here, and the word energy doesn't fit, so I'm just going to erase that. And the flashlight has batteries energy. Then I go along in my story to power through the wires of the flashlight, to put power through the wires. So then that's actually a type of energy. So I am going to say, okay, power, that's a type of energy in the wires. And there's actually a variety of words that you could use for that. Some people said that wires were the evidence of that type of energy. Some people called it electricity. Some people called it power. So if you called it something different, you can write a different evidence of energy in this box if you want. But the wires have some power. And then the power makes the light bulb light up, which is light energy. Okay, so the light bulb has light energy. So I'm going to add the word light in this box. Again, I can't fit the word energy, so I'm just going to leave it as light. And then the other type of energy is that it feels hot. So it has heat energy or hot energy. Whichever one you want is okay. Again, there's lots of different words that we can use to describe different types of energy. Awesome. So take a moment and pause the video right now to make sure that you have your energy flow diagram for problem number 2 completed, just like mine. We've got battery energy, power energy, light energy, and hot energy. We can see it flow. Awesome. So now we'll move on to problem number 3, and I'll help you with this one as well. So problem number 3 is where we're taking the rubber band and we're stretching it to fling it across the room. So this one has got a lot going on in our energy flow diagram. There's a lot of types of energy, and there's some blanks on top. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to get us started. So to start out, first you have to pick up the rubber band and pull it backwards to stretch it. This means your hand is using motion energy. So that means the first object is going to be my hand. And what type of energy was my hand using? Oh, it says motion energy. So see how I'm using the energy story to help me guide making my energy flow diagram. So that was my first step. My hand moves, and then the rubber band gets stretched out, so it has stretching energy. So then, again, I'm going to copy over here. So it's the rubber band now. That's my object. The rubber band is our next object. And then what type of energy does it have? It says stretching energy. I suppose I could just copy that box and move it right here. Energy doesn't fit. Stretching doesn't even fit. Oh my gosh. Stretching is really stretching this box. I know, guys. I know. It's richly amusing. So we've got our hand with motion energy, our rubber band that has stretching energy. And then when we let go of the rubber band, What does it do? Well, it flings across the room. So that's actually going to be some more motion energy. The rubber band is in motion once you let go of it. And it also kind of like makes a little sound, a snappy sound. So that means the rubber band has a little bit of sound energy as well. This is the kind of harder one to get, but it has a little bit of sound energy. There's some other types of energy we could describe here, but we're gonna go with what we have right here. Awesome. So again, notice that I have my hand, my objects are on top. The hand is the first object that has to do something. It has to stretch the rubber band. The rubber band is the next object, and it gets stretching energy. And then the rubber band is still the same object we're focused on, but it has motion and sound energy. You can imagine that maybe the rubber band might hit something, and then you'd have another arrow pointing to another object that gets some motion energy from the rubber band hitting it. But that's not included in this story, so we don't have to worry about that here. So then up next is problem number 4, where we have our gas stove. So here in our gas stove, which has those blue flames, we have a lot going on. So like I said, this first part, that is going to be our gas that's coming into the stove. So I'm going to call that the gas that comes into the stove. And for what type of energy it is, you could call it gas energy. You could also call it fuel energy. You could call it chemical energy. But it's all kind of similar. It's stuff that you burn. So gas burns, and so I'm just gonna call it fuel energy. Then as it's burning, there are bluish flames which have a lot of different types of energy going on. So that's where I said last video there could be 2 types of energy. So the flames might have 2 types of energy. You might even have a 3rd type of energy that the flames have. But one of the types of energy that I know for sure the flames have is that they're hot. So that's the first type of energy. I'm just going to give you that one. And I'm going to give you that one because it should go in this box. Because the heat of the flames actually go on. The heat of the fire then goes to the pot. So this next object, the heat of the flames goes to the pot. And the pot gets hot. And then, since the water inside, the water probably is going to be our next object, you want to describe what happens to the water and what type of energy it gets here in your energy flow diagram. Since I already gave you water, I'll add that in on mine too. So our last object it heads to here in this energy story is water. So we go from the flames to the pot, which gets that hot energy, and then from the pot to the water. And you can decide what type of energy the water then has. Excellent. So you want to make sure to fill in your last energy types here, and notice that these energy types that the flames produce, that's not the heat of the flames, it's the other stuff the flames do, those don't actually make the pot hot. They're just kind of like bonus types of energy that we would actually call wasted energy. They're not doing what we want the flames to do in the first place, but they're there. So I have boxes for them because they do happen when we have flames. So then in number 5, you've got your guitar. And for your guitar, there should probably be 2 or 3 objects here on your list. We have your first step in playing a guitar, that should happen here. Then maybe something happens in the guitar itself. Then I said the whole body of the guitar. That's kind of the thing that makes the sound for a guitar. So I'll let you finish this energy flow diagram yourself, and then go ahead and submit it to 8.3, which is this assignment that you're watching right now. So once you've completed your energy flow diagram for number 5, problem number 5, go ahead and submit. Next time, we're going to be thinking about, the next lesson, you're going to practice energy flow diagrams in a little quiz. You can take it a bunch of times if you need to, because energy flow diagrams are something that's good to get a lot of practice for. Next week, we're going to learn about how scientists describe these different types of energy. And so we'll keep doing energy flow diagrams, but we're going to use some new scientist words next week.